Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pixar Animation Studios. My name is Nick Pitera, and I'm here to host you on a very special exclusive tour of our studios. Unfortunately, it is raining quite a bit right now, but I have my blue umbrella with me to keep us dry before we head into the building. The special thing about this tour is it is a choose-your-own-adventure. So everyone watching, I want you all to pick where I take you in the studio. So once we head inside, I'll give you a few options of where we might head to, and you can think about it and let me know what you would like to see. So let's head in. All right, here at the studios, I work in the sets department. I'm a set modeler and a set dresser. That is sort of like sculpting, but in the computer, if that makes any sense at all. And in this building, we're entering the Steve Jobs building. This is our main production building, and this houses departments like sets, which is mine, and animation and lighting, and we have a few other buildings as well that house some other departments. So let's head in, and I will show you guys around. So we are live, so excuse some of my fumbling as we move through the space. All right, let's go in. There we go. All right, so this is the main atrium of our main building, and now that we are here, I wanted to give you guys our first two options of what I might show you. So for this first round, option A is the recording studio. That is where we do a lot of dialogue, both our temporary scratch dialogue and our actual production dialogue where the actors come in. And then option B is a screening room. And the screening rooms here we use internally to do reviews, and we show the director's artwork and the in-progress stuff that we're working on whatever film that you are currently working on. So yeah. So you guys talk amongst yourselves, write in the comments, and let me know where you would like me to take you. And while I'm waiting, I will also take questions, so please write in questions and comments, and I'll do some shout-outs. So while we are waiting and I'm killing some time, I'll answer those. So let's see if we... Oh, and sorry, once again, I'm going to reiterate the options. There's option A, which is the recording studio, and option B, which is the screening room. And if you are just joining us now, we are doing a live tour of Pixar Animation Studios, and it's a choose-your-own-adventure tour, so you guys are deciding where I'm going. Also, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell, both on Disney's channel and on Pixar's channel, to make sure they don't miss out on any of the content. So let's see, we might have some questions. Do we have... Oh. Hello from Tennessee. That's from Susan. Hi. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying so far. While we're waiting, I thought I would kind of show you around a little bit of this sort of main atrium. We have some of the characters to greet you as you walk in. And so we got some Cars characters. We got the Incredibles family over here. And then one of my favorites is Lego, Buzz, and Woody. Pretty awesome. At some point, I knew the count of how many Legos it takes to put them together, but I don't exactly know right now. So... okay, so we have a question. How many sculptors are on campus? And, sculptures are on campus. And what are they? So we kind of just went through a few of them. We have the Cars and Incredibles characters. We also have, if you can kind of see in the corner, way over there, we got Rainbow Unicorn reading a script. And then there are a few other sculptures in some of the other buildings. So I think we have a tally for our first option, and it is option A. So we're going to head over to the recording studio, and I'll show you that. So follow me, and we will head over there. As we're walking, I will tell you a little bit more about this building. Like I mentioned, there are a few. So this house is production. We also have another building across campus where we do all the pre-production. So story and some of art and development is over there. Let's see if we have any... Do we have any other questions that might be good to answer while I'm walking? Maybe? The question is, what is my favorite thing about working for Pixar? I think for me, my favorite thing might just be the collaboration process. It takes a lot of people to make these films, and a lot of departments made of lots of people to make these films, and everyone here is so incredibly talented. So I think getting to work with that many creative people is probably my favorite thing. I'm also a giant Disney and animation nerd myself, so I kind of geek out at everything still. I've been here for a while, but it still hasn't lost its magic to me. So, okay, all right, we are heading over to the recording studio. One thing that I do want to note as we walk in here, you will notice this giant red wall here that has a bunch of signatures on it. Those are all signatures of the people that have recorded in this studio. So usually when the actors come in, you make a point for them to sign and sort of date that they were here. So there's people like Tom Hanks and Kristen Schaal and a bunch of people on the wall. Oh, cool. Got another question. Someone's asking advice for people who want to work here. Let's see. Well, I personally went to school and got a degree in animation, and that was sort of my path here. There are lots of different paths. I think the main thing is it takes a lot of work and dedication. You know, animation is a fairly small industry, but I feel like if you're super passionate about it and work really hard, hopefully things work out. So here we are. We're about to enter the recording studio. Come on in. Hello, everybody. Thanks for letting us invade your space. I appreciate it. Can you tell us a little bit about the mixing booth here?
Sure, yeah. Well, we come here, you know, we run all the recording sessions here. Here's the mixing board control, the volumes that it's all good. And in there, it's where, like, the director and the actors perform the script and, you know, the whole session. So that's a very short version of what we do here. So.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, and so we will record both scratch, which is our temporary dialogue, which we usually have people in-house do. So sort of think of that as while the story is in flux and we are kind of getting everything locked down, we have people here record the dialogue. And then once it's sort of figured out and locked, then Tom Hanks will come in and do Woody for real, and they'll record that here sometimes. So yeah, this is our recording studio. So thank you so much for letting us come in. I appreciate it. And we're going to head out. All right, so we are going to head back out this way, and I'm going to give you guys a few more options of where we can go next. Let's see if we have... Oh, we got another... Okay. All right, so our next two options, we have option A, which is the Pixar Studio Store. This is an exclusive store that only exists here at Pixar. And option B is the Finding Dory Art Gallery. So for every film that we release, we have one of our hallways transformed into an art gallery showcasing everything that went into making that film. And so right now, currently, we have a large showcase of artwork from everything that went into making Finding Dory. So I will give you guys a couple minutes to decide which of those two options you would like to go to. And once again, option A is the Pixar Studio Store, and option B is the Finding Dory Art Gallery. So I will give you a minute to think about that. And while we wait, I have a question from Alex, and he says, tell us more about your job. So as I mentioned earlier, I am a 3D modeler and set dresser. So I work in the sets department building anything that's not a character. So, you know, if we were building this, I'd be building couches and walls and props and sets and stuff. And so it is essentially the same thing as sculpting with clay, but sculpting in the computer and then dressing it inside of the set, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that is in a nutshell what I do. Cool. We have another question from Julie. She's asking, what is your favorite Pixar character? Oh, who is my favorite character? Doug is one of my favorites. I have too many. I don't know if I could pick just one, but that was the first thing that I thought of. Oh, it looks like we have a verdict on where I'm going next. We are going to go to the Studio Store. Not many people get to see this, so I'm pretty excited about getting to show you guys this. As I mentioned before, I am a Disney and Pixar nerd myself, so I spend a lot of money at the Pixar store because I can't help myself. Yeah, so once again, if you were just joining us, we are doing a live tour of Pixar Animation Studios, and this was a choose your own adventure, so I'm throwing out some options, and people are deciding via comments where I am taking you. We just left the recording studio, and we are now heading to Pixar's store, which is over here on my right. As you can see out here, we got a giant mic and some Monsters University and Monsters, Inc. toys, which is pretty fun. So a lot of the stuff that's in this store is exclusive to Pixar. So there are some toys and some merchandise that you could find elsewhere, but for the most part, all the apparel and hats, which I'll kind of bring you around to see, they're all made exclusively for the store and for the employees. So we can kind of come over here and I'll show you a few of the things. Got some track jackets. For sure, I'm guilty of owning a few of these. Got some t-shirts with some good dinosaur characters and Bing Bong. Oh, he might be my favorite character, actually. Bing Bong's pretty great. And, of course, this. I actually caught it. That's a rare thing for me. The Luxo Ball, which is a very popular toy here and a very coveted thing. I own a few of these as well. Thank you. Coolness. So I'll show you a few more things. We got... So Cars 3 is our next film. Comes out in June. Here's a nice Dynaco t-shirt from it. I'm excited. I was working on that film, and I'm very excited about it. So you guys should go see it. Oh, we have another question. What started your love of animation? For me, oh sorry, that's from Isabel. Thank you for your question. For me, it was the Disney films of the '90s. I grew up loving The Little Mermaid and Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast and Lion King, and that's kind of what got me kickstarted. And then Toy Story came out, and it was kind of all over from there. I wanted to work in the industry in any way possible. We have another question from Bree. How long does it take to make a Pixar film? In general, it takes about 4 years, but it can take longer. These things take quite a while. A lot of that is the pre-production process of getting the stories locked down and then actually getting the whole crew together to make everything. So, hello. We have Mary here from the store.
Hello.
Can you tell us a little bit about what is the most popular item in the store?
Oh man, I would say the sketchbooks because employees use them and writing notes and then drawing sketches in it. So they are right over here. Only sold here in the studio store.
Awesome. What's your favorite thing? Do you have a favorite item here?
I would say the art prints in the back that have been signed and numbered. We get them for every movie and they're just beautiful.
Awesome. Oh, one other thing I did want to show you. We have some of the famous John Lassiter Hawaiian shirts over here, which are very popular. We got one from Dory. Got one from Good Dinosaur. Ratatouille. So, those are pretty fun. Got some zoom zooms and some pins as well. So, coolness. But yeah, in a nutshell, that is the studio store. And we got some posters as well from Cars 3. Like I said, coming out this summer. Coolness. Oh, we got another question. This is from Jenny, and she is saying, what's your favorite song from a Pixar film? Ooh. I think maybe When She Loved Me from Toy Story 2, because it is devastating and makes you cry in all the best ways possible. That might be my favorite Pixar song. All right, so we have a big surprise for you guys. So not many people get to go back here, and it is one of the coolest and one of my favorite parts about the studio, and that is the animation department, and specifically what some of the animators have done with their offices. So we are going to go visit one of the really, really cool offices that has been transformed into something special that you will see once we get there. So let's head on down to animation. And once again, if you're just joining, we are doing a live tour of Pixar Animation Studios. And please don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell on both Disney and Pixar's channels so you don't miss any more content like this. And we were passing through, this is the Coco production office. Coco is coming out in November. And once again, if you have any questions or comments, please write them down, and we will address some of them. Oh, we got another question coming in. All right. What was the first movie you helped work on? My first movie here was Up, which was way back in 2008, which was that's probably my favorite Pixar film, and so I probably am a little biased, but it's a beautiful film, and I feel very lucky to have been my first project. Another question, similar. This is from Jesse. Favorite film you've worked on? It might be Up, I think, just because it was my first. I think that might be my favorite. Okay, so we are in the animation department now. As you can see, this pod that we're in is jungle themed, which some of you may have seen from other behind the scenes tours, but this is all done on people's free time. They kind of collectively decide what they want it to look like, and they go to town, and clearly they know what they're doing because this looks pretty amazing. And we have hello from Greenland. Oh, Alyssa, I think I'm saying that right. Hello. All right, okay, we're going to go in, and we're going to meet a couple of the animators. This is Simon and Casey's office. Let's see if they're in here. Hello, guys.
Hello.
How's it going? You mind if we come in and see your office? All right, so as you can see, their office is a giant airplane hangar, which is pretty amazing. I'm going to bring the mic over to them so they can kind of explain where this came from. Which one of you, or did you both have the idea to do this? Or
we've been friends for a long time. We've been working together for a long time, so we decided to do something pretty crazy here. We call it the downed office plane, like we crashed in South America somewhere. You can see on the wall over there, we have our map, some specimens that we've captured. Over here is the cargo area. We even have some trinkets that work. the old 8mm projector, and yeah, we have some cool bugs that we caught in the forest over there.
Crazy cave spider with giant mandibles and some bug here, and this spider here escaped. It wasn't quite dead yet when we pinned it on.
How long did it take you guys to construct this?
We probably spent like a year making drawings and paintings, and then over 6 months or so we built everything in my garage and brought it in pieces and put it up. Yeah,
it's amazing. It's really, really cool. Well, thank you guys for letting us see it. I really appreciate it, and thanks for yeah. Have a good rest of the day.
Bye, you too.
All right. So cool. I wish my office looked like that. We have a couple more questions actually. This is from Rue, asking what is my favorite Pixar villain? Syndrome. I think he is really, really fun. Incredibles is such an amazing film, and he is such a fun character. So he might be my favorite. And then we have another question, which is my favorite thing about working at Pixar. I kind of touched on that a little bit earlier, which is sort of just how collaborative it is. But I think another thing, if I was going to make another point, would be to the impact that these films have on people. I know how much they meant to me growing up, and so being a part of it in any capacity, in the small way I'm able to contribute, that is a pretty special thing. So that might be something that means a lot to me. So we're going to head back out to the atrium, and we got some more questions here. Oh, that's a sign. We're live. Thank you guys for hanging in there. Okay, this is from Minty. Which Pixar film makes you cry most? They all kind of do in some capacity. I would say, Up makes you cry within 10 minutes. WALL-E made me cry within 10 minutes. One of those two. I think they make me cry the most, I think. I think one of these... Okay, I think I covered all of the questions I have in my hand. I got some more questions, actually. Do you have to be an artist to work here? No. This company is comprised of many people doing a lot of different things. So there are artists and people that are more technical based, and so it kind of runs the gambit. Actually, I think we have one more special surprise for you guys. So it's a big one. So I'm going to keep it secret for a little while longer. We're going to head back up. I think there's one more office that you guys might want to see. I'm sure you've heard about it, but it's a pretty fun one that not many people get to go into, myself included. Watch out for this sign. I'm not going to hit it twice. Bear with me as we awkwardly walk up steps. I'm going to hand these off real quick. Once again, if you aren't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel and subscribe to Pixar's channel as well, and ring the bell. And if you are just joining us now, we have been doing a live tour of Pixar Animation Studios, and it's been a choose your own adventure. So everyone via the comments has been telling me where they want to see. So anyway, back to the final big surprise. We are going to go into John Lassiter's office. Oops. And while we're still walking there, I have another question from Sarah. What's your typical day like? You know what? It can vary a lot. A lot of times it consists of meetings and reviews and desk time of actually just doing your work. So we are here now, so I'm going to bring you guys over. Bring you over to the office of all offices. This is John Lassiter's office, which, as you can see before we even enter, is wonderfully full of toys. Actually, I don't even know how many cars are in here. There's a lot, but it's pretty amazing. I'm pretty jealous. I have a lot of toys in my office, but it's nowhere near this. All right, so let's go in. We got even more cars on this side. And I think my favorite thing in this office might be the giant cat bus that's on the wall. A lot of this stuff was gifts from Miyazaki, and just in general, John's toy collection is very extensive and continues to grow with every film that we have.
Favorite Pixar quote?
Oh, we have a question for favorite Pixar quote. I'm completely blanking right now. I'm going to go with Just Keep Swimming, because that's the first thing that popped in my head, and it's positive, and everyone loves it, so that might be my favorite one. Let's see if we can kind of walk a little further into here and see some more stuff. I actually have not been this far into the office before, so this is pretty cool for me personally. I hope you guys are enjoying seeing it as well. This shelf has a lot of toys. It's pretty amazing to see the variation and the amount of different versions of all the characters, especially throughout the years. Pretty awesome. Pretty cool. Oh, and as you can also see, I've been sporting a Pixar hat myself. I figured it was appropriate for the day. I got it. You know what? I got it online. I think I might have got it on Amazon, so I'm not actually sure where it really comes from. But yeah, it's. I thought it was appropriate, and considering we got rained on earlier, it kind of works. But yes, and oh, this is pretty awesome. Pretty cool version of Mater. Yes, I don't know about you guys, but I am jealous of this office. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining on this tour. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for your patience too, as I kind of fumbled through my steps sometimes. But this was a lot of fun for me. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, as I mentioned before, remember to subscribe so you don't miss any more of these live videos, and both on Disney and Pixar. And yeah, thank you all so much, and I will see you all later online.